The rain fell softly on the Naval Amphibious Base in Coronado, California. Captain Lucia Mendoza knelt in the wet sand, tears streaming down her face as she stared up at a man she completely misjudged. He stood before her, shorter, quiet, unassuming. The Marine raider she'd made a friendly bet with, the one who just destroyed her perfect score in the tactical simulation, the one who barely spoke all week. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. I didn't know it was you." Behind them, the simulation room showed his results, 98 out of 100, a perfect tactical masterpiece. 0 casualties, mission completed in record time. But that wasn't why she was crying. This quiet American Marine was the Reaper, the legend who'd saved her father's life 2 years ago in Sinaloa, the one who took 3 bullets while carrying 6 wounded Mexican Marines through a cartel kill zone, the hero she'd been trying to find for 2 years. She'd spent a week standing next to him and never knew it. Let me show you how we got here. Naval Amphibious Base Coronado was hosting its annual multinational tactical training exercise. Elite operators from 7 countries gathered for 2 weeks of cross-training. Staff Sergeant Marcus Cole, 31, Marine Raiders, 5'8" with a compact build and a young-looking face. He kept to himself, sat in the back during briefings, ate alone, never bragged. Some thought he was shy. Others thought maybe he wasn't quite Raider material. Nobody knew who he really was. Captain Lucia Mendoza, 29, Mexico's FES Amphibios, Amphibious Special Forces. At 5'10", she moved with natural grace, athletic but feminine, confident without arrogance, with dark eyes that sparkled when she laughed. Back home, they called her La Tiburona, the female shark. By day 3, Lucia had formed an opinion. Marcus seemed like a good guy, solid operator, but too quiet, too humble to be one of the legends. When she approached him with friendly conversation, his responses were always soft, respectful, almost gentle. "You're very quiet," she'd said one afternoon. "Most guys here can't stop talking about themselves." "Just better to listen and learn," he'd replied with a modest smile. She had no idea how wrong her first impression was. Day 6 brought the main event, the tactical decision-making competition, a state-of-the-art simulation testing strategic thinking, leadership under pressure, and tactical intelligence. Operators faced hostage rescues, ambush scenarios, asset extractions. Every decision mattered. Lucia had dominated this competition for years. This was her domain. As they watched other competitors, Lucia found herself next to Marcus. "You nervous?" she asked. "A little, maybe," he said softly. Lucia smiled. "I've been watching you all week, Marcus. You seem like a really good guy, but I'll be honest, I don't think you realize how good I am at this." "Is that right?" A hint of a smile crossed his lips. "So let's make it interesting. A friendly wager. If I beat your score, which, no offense, I probably will, you cook dinner for our squad tomorrow. Mexican food. Deal? And if I win?" Lucia thought for a moment. "If you somehow beat my score, I'll answer any question you want. Anything. Honestly, I'm pretty private, but I'd owe you that much." The nearby operators laughed good-naturedly. Marcus extended his hand. "Deal." They shook, and Lucia felt his grip, surprisingly strong, with calluses that told stories. But she shook it off. She had a competition to win. Lucia went first. For 12 minutes, she was brilliant. She analyzed layouts instantly, coordinated her simulated team with precision, adapted to complications seamlessly. When the scenario ended, the room erupted in applause. Final score, 87 out of 100. "Outstanding, Captain Mendoza," the instructor called out. "Textbook execution." Lucia grinned at Marcus. "Your turn, chef. Better start planning that menu." Marcus just smiled and walked into the simulation room. The same scenario loaded. For the first 2 minutes, Marcus stood silent, studying the screens. "Is he frozen?" someone whispered. Then Marcus started moving. His commands came fast but calm, surgical in precision. He didn't just react, he predicted. Before complications arose, he'd already positioned assets to counter them. He found breach points others missed. When a friendly was injured, He called medevac before the system even registered the casualty. At one point, he used a simulated flash flood alert, a random complication, to force enemies out of a building, turning environmental hazard into tactical advantage. The watching operators went completely silent. Lucia felt her stomach drop. The scenario ended in 9 minutes 40 seconds. All hostages rescued, 0 casualties, all threats neutralized. Final score, 98 out of 100. Marcus walked out, calm as ever. The instructor stared at the screen. That's the highest score I've ever seen on this scenario in 5 years. The crowd exploded. What the hell was that? Who is this guy? A Navy SEAL instructor approached Marcus slowly. What's your full name and unit? Staff Sergeant Marcus Cole, 3rd Marine Raider Battalion. The SEAL's eyes widened. He pulled out his phone, typed something, then went pale. Holy shit, you're the Reaper. The room went silent. The Reaper wasn't just a nickname. It was a legend, the Marine who supposedly held off an entire cartel assault in Sinaloa while protecting wounded friendlies, who'd killed 14 hostiles and carried 6 wounded Mexican Marines 3 kilometers through hostile territory while taking bullets himself. He was real and standing right there. A Colombian operator spoke up. I heard about that mission. They said the American took 3 bullets and kept fighting for 40 minutes, refused medevac until every Mexican soldier was safe. The SEAL read from his phone. Navy Cross, Silver Star, Bronze Star with Valor, Purple Heart, and you've been sitting here all week letting people think you're a rookie? Marcus looked uncomfortable. I don't like to talk about it. I just did my job. Lucia's world tilted. Marcus turned to her. Captain Mendoza, can we talk? Privately? They walked to the beach, waves providing privacy. You're the Reaper? Lucia's voice shook. I hate that name, but yeah. Why didn't you say anything? Because I'm here to learn, same as everyone else. I didn't want special treatment. Then a memory hit Lucia like lightning. 2 years ago, Sinaloa, her father's unit, ambushed in a counter-cartel operation. 12 men pinned down, 6 wounded. 1 American Marine held the line. Her father told that story 100 times, voice shaking with emotion. The American who wouldn't leave, who carried men on his shoulders, who took bullets and kept fighting. Her father called him El Ángel de la Muerte, the angel of death to their enemies. She'd written letters trying to find him, trying to say thank you. For 6 months she searched. He was standing right in front of her. Oh my God, my father, Sergeant Major Vicente Mendoza, you... I carried him out last. He wouldn't leave until his men were safe. Tough man. Tears streamed down Lucia's face. He talks about you every time I call home, every single time. He says you're the reason I still have a father. I'm glad he made it. He's a good man. I wrote you letters. I tried to find you, and you were here the whole time, and I treated you like some kid, and I made that stupid bet. Her knees buckled. She sank into the sand, sobbing. Marcus knelt beside her. Hey, it's okay. You didn't know. You were confident, not cruel. Friendly, not mean. You made a light-hearted bet, that's all. They sat on the beach talking quietly. Lucia asked about the mission, the decisions, how he stayed calm. Marcus answered honestly, always deflecting praise. Training takes over. You just do what needs to be done. They walked back together. Lucia stood before all the gathered operators and spoke clearly. I need to say something. I came into this week confident. I've earned my place, but I also came with assumptions. I looked at Staff Sergeant Cole and saw someone young, quiet, unassuming. I made a bet that while friendly was rooted in underestimating him, and I was completely wrong. She turned to Marcus. You're not just exceptional, you're a hero. You saved my father's life and 5 other Mexican Marines. You're the reason I still have a father to call every week. She extended her hand. Marcus shook it, then pulled her into a respectful hug. Your father is proud of you. He told me that day. My daughter is going to be a general one day. I believe him. The operators erupted in applause. That night, Lucia cooked dinner anyway, not because she lost, but because she wanted to.
Marcus helped her, the two working side by side, trading stories and laughing. Friendships forged in respect are the strongest kind.
Have you ever judged someone by their quiet demeanor only to discover they were extraordinary? Or been underestimated because you didn't fit someone's expectation of strength? Real power doesn't announce itself. The most dangerous person in the room is often the quietest. The greatest heroes usually don't want to be called heroes. This is Marcus Cole's story, a reminder that strength comes in many forms. If this resonated, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button if you believe actions speak louder than words. Welcome to Hidden Hearth, where we celebrate quiet strength over loud arrogance. Subscribe so you never miss stories of underdogs and heroes who prove that true power doesn't need to announce itself. Remember, judge by character, not appearance. The most dangerous warrior is often the one you underestimate. Until next time, stay humble, stay strong.